Hello everybody, this is Emma with My Creative Time, and this is just a short tutorial on how to use our brand new I Love You or I Heart You pop-up die, okay? So I'm going to show you now. Remember I had came out, I believe it was last month, with the little stitched pop-up die. Remember the one that you could pop up in the middle? Well, this is something similar, but it's definitely different from this. Not as easy as the first the first one we came out with, just put it that way. This one's a little bit more trickier, but it's nothing we can't handle, right? So I'm going to just quickly show you how to do this, okay? So what you want to do is go ahead and grab your inside of the card, because I'm going to actually quickly show you what it would look like, because I didn't attach this to a base of a card yet. This is what it's going to look like. This is going to be the inside piece of my inside of my card, okay? This is not, I didn't attach this onto an actual card base just yet, but because I wanted to show you what it's supposed to look like when it's all put together, okay? So I've been kind of playing with this, and I was trying to figure out the easiest way to show you, okay? So you want to go ahead and grab the inside piece of your card, and you're going to go ahead and score it. Like, this is just your standard size, so I'm going to score this at 5.5, but I'm not going to score it completely all the way down. I'm just going to probably do maybe like a 1/2 inch on each end, okay? So again, I'm just going to go probably like a 1/2 inch right there, okay, on each end, and that's all you're going to need to do, all right? And then this is this feature is I'm going to kind of zoom in so you could see where I'm at right here. Okay, so these are my two score lines. Okay, so this, I did something similar to last week. Okay, to last month. What I did was, remember how I put tape in the back? Well, this time I didn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you really quick here on these. Okay, this is going to be a cut line. All the lines that you see that are raised, those are all cut lines, okay? This part here, this line, this line, this line are embossed lines, okay? Same thing like over here. This line, this line, this line are embossed lines, okay? Now, what I had my die company do, I had them make an additional embossed line right here, which is it's like a little hint of a line. I had him put one there and there. That's going to be our guide on where we need to place it on our actual the inside. I'll just call it the card base, okay? So what I did was I just grabbed my black marker and I marked the side right there. You see how hopefully you can see that in the camera. I marked that side and I kind of flipped it around to the back, okay? Same thing there. You could use Post-it tape or painter's tape, however you want it, like we did with the last one, but I didn't have it around. I just wanted to do it really quick, so same thing here. I got my marker, put a black line there, and I wrapped it around to the back, because remember, it would be nice if we cut it like this, but we can't. We have to face it down. So with that said, you see my lines? That's where we're going to line up that black line with our embossed line that we just did on our actual cardstock here. So, oops, hold on one second. Let me grab some tape really quick here. Okay, I just messed this up, but I'm going to show you again. So those little black lines are going to match up with your embossed lines that we just did on our little embossing thingy over there, okay? So you're going to line those up. Once you've got those lined up, so you want to just kind of eyeball it and kind of center it the best you can. If you're a little off on the sides, don't worry about it, because you could just go ahead and just trim off that in your paper cutter after, okay? So what you want to do, just to make sure that stays in place, go ahead and put some little Post-it tape at each edge there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through my machine really quick. Okay, so when you run this through your machine, you want to make sure you have like a little shim in there. Like I use my metal adapter that I have, in your not your embossing machine, but in your Cuttlebug or your God, I can't even think of the name of the machines, your Big Shots or your Vagabond. I use a Vagabond. So, okay, so basically that's where we're at right here, okay? So now, once we get to this point here, what you want to do is fold it up just a little bit, and I just usually just take my nail and just go like that on that end, at each end there. And then what you want to do is, you see these flaps right here, that flap and that flap, you just want to kind of put them back just like so, okay? When you put those back, you move your little letters forward, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to move it forward, and you'll see the little emboss line. You see where I just folded it right there? And we're going to do the same thing to this side. Okay, same thing to this side right here, you see? Okay, you see that full fold right there? Okay, and then same thing to our eye right there, okay? And then what we're going to do is kind of push these forward like that, the bottom part there, okay? So now what I'm going to do, now that I have those push forward at the actual emboss lines, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it like this. Okay, I just went ahead and I flipped it around this side. Since I'm right-handed, it'll probably be easier for me to work it like this. So what you want to do is just make sure that's folded there like that, and then you're going to fold it down just like so, okay? And then you're going to try and line up your paper there. Let me get this in the camera here. And then once you got that down, what you're going to do is grab your bone folder and kind of like just press down the edges here, and just kind of remember where those pieces are, you know, those ones that are folded up at the top there. And then when you open it, you're going to have your awesome little pop-up in the center, okay? So now, if you want to go ahead, well, this is the time you want to, you could either, like I'm going to show you on this one here, if you want to just go ahead and, what I did with this, I just went ahead and I just got some red cardstock, put this there, you know, went ahead and cut this out, and then I manually took scissors and I trimmed off the I at the bottom and the top, and then the U at the top and the bottom. I didn't have to do any trimming to the heart, okay? And then I just went ahead and I adhered it onto the actual card. So this way you're gonna want, if you want some color in there, like so, okay? So let's go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna show you how to get this onto the base of your card, okay? Okay, before we put this onto the actual base of our card, I just wanted to show you how I trimmed it. This is just another piece I cut out using the die. And before you put it onto the base of your card, this is the point where you want to, that'll make it easier for you to go ahead and adhere the colored letters here. So let me just grab this. Let's see if this will work. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to use instead, you know what, let me take this off. Hopefully I'll take it off before it sticks really quick. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to use instead? I'm going to use the liquid adhesive for this portion, so this way I could kind of wiggle it around until I get it in the correct placement for it, okay? I'd rather do that better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on here. I'm going to kind of wiggle it around to make sure. I use the heart as my guide. Okay, so there we go. That's perfecto. Let me just make sure it could still go up. Perfect. Okay. All right. So now, definitely I suggest liquid adhesive before you put that down. Okay. Okay. So now that we have that on there, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and you see these little parts that are sticking out right here. Okay. Clearly these are going to be too long for us to put onto the card base, so I'm just going to use my scissors here, and I'm going to put my scissors up, like kind of butted up against this little right here, this side, and just go ahead and just give it a trim just like so. Okay, Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and put it onto the base of our card. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this here. I'm just going to go ahead. So what you want to do is put adhesive, oops, let me put that over. Okay, put adhesive on this little flap, this end flap, and that flap there. But you know what, to prevent what I just did, I'm just going to go ahead and put the liquid here on these portions, okay, just so I won't stick it all together like I almost just did there. Just like so. That's where you want to put your adhesive, okay? And then I could just go ahead and just do this part with this, because this is a little too thick for those little flaps there. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab, I just got a white card base here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of line it up in here the best I could. And again, if you line it up incorrectly, you could always just trim the base of your card. Trust me, I had to do that a few times because I was trying to do this in a rush. There you go. Oops, let me put this down. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and do that. Just going to go ahead and get that down like so. Okay, so we got one side down. How adorable is that? And then we're going to go ahead and do this side now, okay? So again, I'm just going to go ahead and use the liquid adhesive for this portion here. Okay. I'm just going to use my little glue glider to do the rest of it. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is just go ahead and just fold over the rest of the card, just like so, okay? So now you have this adorable little I love you card, just like so, okay? So hopefully this helped some of you out who did purchase this die. If you have any other questions, feel free to go ahead and shoot me over an email at info@my-creative-time.com. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and I will see you back at my blog soon. Bye-bye.